Which Melbourne and which Adelaide will we see today?
Maybe he should wait till he waves it.
To the wing, Jamar's down there. It dropped short. Marriage was the man front spot.
There still wasn't enough competitiveness there.
50. Now Marriage will have a shot at goal here.
It's worth gold at the moment for these conditions.
Crept over the mark.
You've gone in. Clear it out, guys. 2 metres straight over.
There's your explanation.
Taylor, when he comes back, mate. Thanks, sir.
Yet to kick a goal this year, Ivan Maric, one of the 6 Victorians in the Adelaide Crows 22 from Keilor. Ivan Maric Jr., Ivan Maric Sr. no doubt here looking on, and he splits the middle. And the Adelaide Crows hit the front.
Ivan. Thanks, mate. That's it. No closer, though. No closer.
You can see the Adelaide players with their arms up. They are switched on.
Looks like Jamar's the target for the long kick.
Dunn, Tippett, Jamar, they're all there. Bale gathers the crumb and goes. Newton's calling for it. It's in his direction. Flies. Got it.
Now they've got a one-on-one with Green.
Should I be going?
He does head there. Goodwin's within. Green got hands to it. G-Pock left it behind. Green collects. Needs to just kick it himself. Exactly what he does. And Melbourne back in front. Seconds tick by. Down to 30. Cook about to send them inside 50.
Still on the ground. He's just getting up now, Ricky.
Cook pumps it long. Burton, look out as the crow flies. Can't take the mark. Trengo with the crumb. Just need to eat up the last 13 seconds here. They don't. They turn it over. Cook from 30. Oh, that hurts.
Melbourne players are playing touched.
That hurts big time. Tippett. Knocked away from him. He thought he had a good grab on that. Edwards. Thompson. Thumps it long. Burton. And he's got the set, the fly, the mark. That's his forte.
Cameron Bruce is now playing as that defender again, and Dean Bale will be wondering at the moment, do we leave Cameron Bruce down? We want to get his run. We've got Aaron Davey off the ground, although Aaron's back on the ground, so a little bit of contemplation in the Melbourne coaching box to see whether they can get Cameron Bruce into the game, maybe up around the midfield region.
2 behind so far for Brett Burton. Might like this end better. Adelaide Crows lead by 14.
In the middle. You guys on your right.
It's against Davies.
Light's gone. Light's gone. It's gone, Jace. It's gone.
There you go, if you could understand some of that.
I think it's gone,
Dwayne.
Schmidt wide, Doughty.
They're moving the ball better this quarter.
Melbourne on the ropes here. Doughty sends it wide. Burton sizes it up, and he's back in form.
Oh, magnificent to watch. When he's in full flight, it's a great sight.
Well, he's had 11 possessions. He's taken 6 marks. He's kicked 1 goal, 2 and 1 out in the full.
He doesn't even need to be in flight. It's his judgment of where the ball's going to drop. And he either protects that zone. He seems to float into it with ease.
Well, he's got such good hang time as well.
Yeah. 14 points, the margin. He can make it 20.
20
Take his best.
Not bad.
Did it well.
Oh, that is gold, especially in these conditions. Has a bounce. Now he needs an option. Hasn't really got one.
Well, Lyndon Dunn had to be boundary side of Simon Goodwin there. You could see the defender running out, Dwayne, and then as a forward, you had to be between your direct opponent and the boundary line. It's the only way the kick could go.
Bock. Dangerfield. Burton will do. Gets edged out and wins a free.
Well, there was a push, and this is why I'm surprised that they've made that move. At least wait for Dangerfield to get on fire before you start making the move. I mean, that's just... Yeah.
Well, Garland's very rusty. It's his first game for the year. In fact, it's his first senior game since round 1 last year. He had the stress fracture in the foot. His only game last year was round 1.
So to play him on a hot player who's got a very high work rate is risky.
Absolutely. Burton starts it right, feeds it back, and the risk is not paying off. Biggest lead of the game, 25 points.
It'll take his very, very best kick in these conditions.
Some pushes here, guys.
It's low. Newton flies. Jamar's with him and they spoil
On the
each
full,
other.
that was unlucky. It actually bounced, when he dropped the chest mark, it bounced on the back of his heel, went over the,
See David's
on the,
injury here.
on the full, sorry. That was a throw, by the way.
There we see just a hit into the back, so taking the wind out of Aaron Davey there.
Move it on now. That's you.
Turnover. Joel McDonald.
Your call there, Dwayne. Newton and Jamar flying for the one ball. You're spot on.
Oh, they might get it right here through a fumble. McLeod can't tackle Penrith. He's down now. Dragged down. Adelaide with the numbers back. But now, finally they sneak one home.
Perfect call there, Dwayne. He snuck it through underneath his legs, and if he had tried to kick the ball in the air, there's no doubt it would have got smothered, so it was underneath the hands. Terrific front and square. They kicked the ball alive there, Melbourne. They had to work hard for their goals. We just see here, numbers at the ball, Bennell out the back, and just snuck it under the Adelaide defender's hands. Beautiful play. Good effort to keep the ball alive for Melbourne. That's what you need, just a good, strong contest down there to keep the ball alive.
Move it on.
Tippers is standing there saying, I'm the long option here if you need to use me.
He's turned it over. Bale. Now he's got a one-on-one. Needs to hit Pettit here. He's got the space. Pettit can get and go. Rutten comes at him. Pettit should spin around him. Caught. Gives it up. Bale inboard. Bait. Unsure. Goes for goal.
Good goal.
Kicks it. They're back to Demons.
Another goal here, and they'll have this not a big crowd, but they'll be involved.
Bait. Schmidt pursue it. Dunn got after Bait. He's
All
already
right.
kicked one. He runs in for the try. It's a 5-point game. The condition of this game is at fever pitch right now. 5 points the margin. Vince dragged down by McDonald. The captain trying to inspire them, and he does. Wins a free.
His tackling in particular has been outstanding in this game. The captain, James McDonald.
Well, he's ranked third in the competition with his younger teammate Jordan McKenzie into this game ranked 1.
Davey inboard. Jamar.
That's where you're going, big fella.
Davey. Green. They can smell it, Melbourne. They could take the lead here. Tippett gets back. Newton flies. Knocked down to Trengove. No prior opportunity there. Pettit dives on. Schmidt. Ball up.
Seeing the stoppage here, Matty Bates kicked the 2 goals. Michael Dowdy, a little bit of a mismatch because even though Bates not a tallish player, he plays as a lead-up hit player, type forward. So Dowdy's normally used to the in and under type half forward.
Holding
Freak.
Number 9 Melbourne.
Oh, number 9 Melbourne. He's plucked that from nowhere, and now Jack Trengo will have a shot at goal to put them in front.
Yeah, but he looked a little bit surprised when he had a look around, but
Well, we didn't know, the umpire didn't know his name. I know he's only in his 3rd game. He's pointing at him saying number
here
9.
we go. Have a look at the replay here.
Mark's here.
Everyone's putting their hand up wondering what was going on.
Isn't this a big kick? He has never kicked an AFL goal, Jack Trengove. He's in game 3. They trail by 5 points.
Go closer, guys. Side.
Thanks, Tyler.
The South Australian against the Crows. Kicks the goal. He's the man for the moment.
We sense the umpires were not going to give a tiggy touch one away, but they're sick of the ball ups to start of this last quarter.
Yours.
Puts it up in Burton territory. Walker flies, beaten for it by Grimes.
It was beautifully read.
Done. Here they go.
We've got to get someone with speed to get in front of this
Well, I need overlap.
ball of players.
Bruce back to Dunn. Held up so he goes wide. Tough ball to mark and brilliantly marked by Bale.
James McDonald just on the ground.
And it's made it tough for him. He had to stop and go back.
You.
Throws it up long. Bates got 3 to beat here. Brilliant grab marriage. The ball almost blew away from him. Goodwin, Thompson. Goodwin.
He's played well, Simon Goodwin, today. Had a big game.
30 disposals.
It wasn't confirmed that he'd take his place until virtually this morning. Even though the fitness test was yesterday, he didn't swell from it.
Play on.
Schmidt. Dowdy.
There's Mark Jamar.
Well, Burton needs to really motor here. Jamar doing what Marriage did at the other end.
Well, they're both playing the old-fashioned style ruckman, Dwayne. A
Gary.
kick behind the play and supporting their defence.
Bit of Gary Dempsey work.
Frawley wide. First mistake he's made today. Couldn't hit Maloney.
And even that is not a bad mistake to make. If you're making it on the boundary line on the centre wing, it's not the worst result you can have coming out of defence. Strife here for a ruckman. Big fella behind the
almost
ball.
throws that down to Douglas. Melbourne had the extra man here. Frank Grimes.
That's twice in a row, the high ball. For a youngster to mark those balls, takes a lot of courage. You've got to read the play well. And it's just great game sense.
Said this week that he wears those black boots because black is the new white. He's setting a trend as a defender as well. Burnell. Bale. Bate. Bouncing ball. Paul Pleasures with him. Bate takes him on. Beats him. Goes toward goal. Marriage. That's a brilliant grab.
Both ruckmen having impact in this last quarter. Mark Jamor sitting behind the play for Melbourne, and Marriage sitting behind the play for Adelaide. It's okay to sit behind the play, but you've got to impact the contest, and both boys have been able to do that.
Goodwin looking into the sun. Taylor Walker, he needs to win a contest. Takes on and beats Garland. Big contest to be winning that. One-on-one's ahead. Heads to Burton. Started beautifully. Fantastic mark.
Well, it's a super grab. Good contested mark. Super kick from Taylor Walker too.
He's got 3 goals. Shut down since Frawley's been on him. Knights just over his head. Played for the arm slap. Free didn't get it. McDonald. Ball too heavy for Jones. Coming at him, Douglas. Splendid tackle. Handball. Davey gives it back again. Bartram. Petrenko, little push in the backside. Gee.
It's in good hands now though, Dwayne.
Bartram gets it back from Grimes.
They've got a wall set up here across the half-forward line for Melbourne. That's the Adelaide players.
Bruce to Scully. Looks inboard.
Ball straight to Vince.
He didn't know he was there. No talk. Taylor Walker. Slow, steady, cautious, dangerous. Marriage. Backwards. Vince. Loose man McKay. For pleasure.
Knights.
And Knights. Gee, Sun's a problem. And Bartram makes him pay. Bate. Can they capitalise the Demons? Back to Bartram.
Sun must have changed hands.
Pettit. Scores are level. Halfway through the final term. 2 winless teams almost playing the match of the round. Short. Stuffed away from Burnell. Bad option. Goodwin. Schmidt.
Needed to take that in his hands, to put his hands up. He tried to take a chest mark.
Taylor Walker after McLeod got a hand to it. McLeod hands it off to Doughty. Dumped after. Play on advantage. Cook tries to dance around and does get around McDonald. Sails toward goal. Burton's down there. 2 Demons. A 1-on-2. Thumb clear. No rush behind. Warnock. McDonald. What a game this is. They're playing for their lives.
Well, Bates out as a release player in the centre wing.
Davey.
Just want to think their way through this, Melbourne.
Jones. Heads wide. Headed.
Now they've got one-on-ones.
Done.
They're all looking to play on the whole time here, the Demons.
Too far out to score.
Marriage has pushed back for Adelaide.
The Demon fan hush has become a Demon fan roar. Sets it up. Maloney, Bale. Maloney for 40. Marriage.
Fantastic play.
Unstoppable at the moment.
Well, they both are the big boys.
He's like the goalkeeper. Petrenko. Riley used the hands there.
Yeah, good decision, Dwayne. He heard you, the umpire.
He was late with the call.
Wasn't going to pay it. Then he heard your scream. Then Dwayne.
Bate sends it wide. Edwards looks over his head. Ball out.
We've seen the ball a number of times get marked by Merrick, which is good that he's pushed back. He's standing in the top of the goal square. He's taken a long kick in, but Melbourne have got to be smarter than that. They've got to keep hitting the presenting forwards. Hang it in long, and they've got no hope. They've got no tall players there.
Someone will end this game in tears. Burnell.
Here we go. Bate.
Goal square. Bates down there. Pettis down there. Done. Kicks around the body. Oh, well done. But he's missed. It's a behind. They lead.
There's some of Marriage's marks behind the play, and that's what you want from your big men, as we just see the kick there from Dunn, just missed the goals.
She was close. Rutten in trouble. Put away Douglas. And now Cook on the open side. Race on. Cook and Scully, 2 young guns, 2 contenders for the NAB Rising Star. Cook's been on the list a while, but still eligible.
Here's Marriage again.
And he wins it to Petrenko. He's got Dowdy in the middle. Gee, it needs to be precise. It is.
If you have a look at the interchange discrepancy now, Melbourne 97, Adelaide 73.
Dowdy sets sail. Tippett's down there. Can't get a run at it.
Surely.
Doesn't get a free. Thompson, he can give the Crows the lead. Tough angle, dishes it up. Burton for a miracle. Can't score. Trengo.
He was mauled Tippett in the goal square.
Was he ever? He's still down on his haunches.
Trengo bounces away. Look away handball. Burnell. Barely time to catch a breath here. Little 1-2 was clever. Green. Lucky to be called 15. Heads it wide. Dunn stretches and drops it. Oh, he's been paid.
Paid it. He doesn't even know yet.
There's Tippett. If he has to come off the ground, that'll be big news for Adelaide.
Gee, 2 decisions against Adelaide in the last minute. Bale knocked away by Portpleasure to the open side. He's got no options.
Well, Neil Craig will have no options if Tippett has to come off the ground too, Dwayne.
McKay, Portpleasure, Rutten, McKay. Still no options. Petrenko. Gee, that was on the line. Just. Thompson. Melbourne by a point.
Sorry, Dwayne, and Tippett is staying out on the ground at full forward at this point.
Marriage is left full back. He's in the midfield. Gives to Edwards. Tippett's the man. Can't get there to attempt a mark. Out of play.
Rowan Smith, what are the interchanges this last quarter?
It's 13-3, Spud, so we know that the Adelaide Crows are down to 1 man, 13-3. So Melbourne rotating heavily, and Adelaide just got to hang on here, try and get a score here in the forward line.
He looks very sore. Big Tippett is holding his leg.
Oh, there's a free. Oh, well, Burton played for it, but he didn't actually have the ball. 3 decisions against Adelaide. Burnell. Handballs over the head of Green. Maybe Melbourne are due a break.
He's in strife here, Green. He chose to dive on the ground. He really should have been pinged there.
So 4 decisions against
Tippett's coming off now, Rowan Smith.
Yeah, Tippett's coming off. He's limping heavily, Spud, as you can see. So he's coming off the ground. So they're down to no men now on the interchange.
Gee.
Will be a brave win for Adelaide if they get over the line here.
You'd like to be in the Melbourne corner at the moment.
Jones to Bale. Gets it up to Maloney. Gives it up to Burnell. Little chip inside 50. And perfect to Bruce.
Well, it was perfect because Adelaide have always had an extra number back, and you talked about it, Pickers, about 5 minutes ago. Lower your eyes and identify the extra man. The extra man was long on the top of the square, and we just see in the replay there, Burnell lowers his eyes and hits Cameron Bruce beautifully. Big kick this.
There's only 23,000 here at the MCG.
10 seconds left.
They're all silent. After the hush. They're behind. They lead by 2.
Here we go. Thanks, Ricky.
Well, they just look a little bit quicker at the moment. They're just running a bit harder. They're tackling harder. They've got 68 tackles to 37.
It's a way to numbers at the end, though. The
it is.
interchange, I know it's not an excuse, but the modern game, the rotations, plays a big part.
Bartram.
They've struggled in that area all day today, and they really struggled against the Swans. They need to rethink about how they're bringing the ball out of the fence, the Crows.
Ton of time left. Players look up at the scoreboard. 16 minutes are gone up there. It might be a shortish quarter, though. Marks paid, took the arms. Ooh.
Don't swing an arm at him, okay? You've got the free kick. Just let him release you. Still keep it here.
No, that's good umpiring.
Just back here. Thanks, Michael.
No falling, Steve McBurney.
No, he's a beauty.
We've got a loose player here, Bartram.
Takes the mark.
He's come down from defence, Bartram.
It's the one that you've got to go to those sort of ones.
Oh, that's a mark.
Yeah, they're the right options too.
Well, they are. And you have a look up and you see Taylor Walker, Paul Pleasure there, playing forward line for Adelaide, but they're in Melbourne's forward 50, so that was the only option he had there.
Well, they've now sent down J-Mar to allow Marrick to take marks uncontested.
What does he do here? If he has a shot, he probably won't be able to kick it. If he kicks it to the line, it'll be rushed.
Well, they have got J-Mar on the goal line.
He's got to have a go, Dwayne.
He sets it up to the top. Bennell got a fly at it. Maloney gets the crumb. Gives to Bale. Straight up in the air. Won't be 15, you wouldn't think. Petrenko paid the mark.
He'll have to hold up because all Adelaide forwards are in Melbourne's forward 50 at the moment.
How's that for a kick? McKay.
Ooh.
Play on. You.
Now Schmidt on the open side here.
Good running from Knights.
Schmidt sees him. That's a release kick as well. Put him into space. He's got the over the top. He's shut down well. Inside, Doughty. He's got Petrenko. He handball behind him. Almost dead. Turnover. They can win it here and now, Melbourne. They get a goal from this. Bennell. Green. They've got the men inside 50. Long bomb. Airports waits under it. Thumped away. Past Newton. McLeod mops up the mess. Vince. For pleasure. Goodwin.
The question is, how long can Adelaide keep attacking without getting a score?
Cook.
It's just the pressure and skills of Melbourne have been so good.
Got away with it there. Oh, Joel McDonald straight through Taylor Walker.
Well, Lyndon Dunn's on his own.
We've got Matthew Bate. He'll be the next one. There's a Blues player in the goal square too.
Oh, Lyndon Dunn plays on. And he turns it over to Schmidt.
But he had to think through it. He had Matty Bate as well. Got to get back off the mark. It's okay to play on, but you've still got to get back far enough so the man in the mark can't impact on the disposal.
Wasn't the time to panic.
No, it wasn't. He only had to just think clearly there. Because even if he didn't get it to the player he was aiming to, he had Bate on this side of the ground free as well. 19
minutes gone, 2-point lead. And he turned it over. Joel McDonald again. Takes the mark.
Well, Adelaide again, you just cannot bomb that ball when you've got extra numbers down. They've just got to think their way through it a little bit more under pressure.
They certainly look the fresher team, don't they, though? They're running a lot harder.
Ricky Pettard's on.
Your boy will be on the back of this.
Little high, but it was okay. Done.
Now he's got back off the mark.
He's got the wide one.
That's better.
Oh, the sun again for Maloney.
Sun's everywhere.
Walker gets back. Gives it up to Vince. Adelaide live again. Burton, little flick back. Jones is just off the bench. He's the fresh man. Handballs over the top. Frawley. Oh, he took him on, poor pleasure. Gave it to Dunn. Shrugs the tackle of Rutten. Wobbles it off the side of the boot.
Did really well.
Drops the mark. Spins into trouble. Out of trouble. Gives to Bale. Sends it to the pocket. It's wide. It's out in the full.
With the amount of entries this quarter, for not a lot of result. We just see Brent Maloney losing the ball, sun in his eyes there.
Do you know that we've played
Matty Bate as well.
In this quarter, we've played 20 minutes and the result's been 2 points to 1.
McKay bounces down the wing. This might be Adelaide's last chance. Throws it up. Riley flies. Can't mark. Joel McDonald too good. Grimes been unbeatable. Bartram sends it wide. Garland bounced unkindly. Taken out by Burton.
It's not as if they hadn't had enough opportunities. Adelaide have had 13 inside 50s. Melbourne 9.
And you can just see Kurt Tipper there. He's had his left ankle re-strapped. They're desperate for him to get back out there. He's just trying to warm up at the moment.
Little flick on. Davey, he kept it in. Dangerously but well. Bartram, Bennell. Takes on Marriage. You'd expect him to win that battle. No one to kick to. Green, some poise. McDonald, he can win it. He goes to McDonald. Can he take the mark? Can he kick the goal? Captain's goal. They've been addicted to tragedy. They may have turned the corner.
Well, that is amazing effort there. Beautifully called, Dwayne. The skipper, he pushed hard from the midfield. You get sense that Melbourne were continually getting that extra guy forward, and they just had to think their way through it. It took the old heads. You see a beautiful handball here, on better hands than Brad Green.
What about the kick?
The kick was absolutely perfect. Did not break stride, James McDonald. That is a magnificent kick. Take a brave effort from Adelaide now.
21 minutes gone on the scoreboard. Melbourne by 8. It's their biggest lead of the game. Handy time to have it. Marich and J-Mark go at it. Cook. Seconds run down. Jones. Maloney. What was it inside 50? Green. He can finish it. He can finish it. are behind.
Yeah, they have to be very smart here, Melbourne. They're very alert because they don't want them to be able to break out of their zone. They've struggled all day when they've had a point kick in. They just can't relax now and allow an easy out.
Well, Melbourne will just put an extra behind the ball. Grimes has been absolutely super this last quarter. J-Mar.
Edwards sends it long.
Good stuff.
He called J-Mar back, Grimes.
He did.
Who's got it? More seconds tick, Bennell.
J-Mar and Marriage have been terrific for their teams.
Green. They know it, Melbourne. It's theirs to lose. Big fist Marriage.
What do you say? This is the reason they're in the position they are, Melbourne. Because of their work rate, because of their tackle count, because of their defensive pressure, and because of their run and carry. And they deserve it to be in this position. One goal in the first half. Irresistible footy to watch at the minute.
McKenzie. Every second that passes is a win for Melbourne. They bulldog their way to full forward. 1:53 left.
Well, the tackle count, 72-42. As we see a lot of the Melbourne supporters, they desperately need a win. They've been very loyal, Melbourne. You can see them coming out the other side, though, the Dees. All the youngsters today have been outstanding.
With a tap.
Jones gets the kick away. Melbourne will win.
Absolutely brilliant play again at the stoppage. I've talked about it all afternoon. Danny had one kick mark, J-Mar, but his work at bounce downs, at throw-ins, at the centre bounce, and he set the standard at the start of the game. Just have a look at this ruck work. It's as good as you could get to the running player who, I'm not sure what happened with the structures of Adelaide, but they broke down, and that's a critical time to break down as well.
Nathan Jones there kicking the sealer, but Mark J-Mar, he started the game. You see Dean Bailey, he'd be relieved. Mark J-Mar started the game with a magnificent, aggressive ruck tap, and we saw it there at that stoppage with Marriage. He's been super. J-Mar hits out to advantage. He's come of age. He improved the last 9 or 8 games last year, Mark J-Mar, and it looks like he's walking through the door to be a very, very good ruckman in AFL football now.
36-15 is the clearance count in favour of Melbourne. That's a smashing.
Bruce pursues it, they pursue him. Rolls it to Maloney. They're enjoying this now. Bounces through half forward. Takes it to the 50. He can take it all the way. Put some icing on it from the pocket. He's missed.
There's a bit of red and blue hope in the crowd, isn't there? A sea of red and blue. They can feel the change coming for this footy club.
Fantastic to see the smiling faces at the end of a game. Terrific.
Not going to be so happy over the border in South Australia.
Well, they're the walking wounded.
Yeah, they've got some serious problems when you look at Henschel with his knee, iced and heavily strapped. Bock off the ground. Dangerfield, we haven't got a full report on yet. It's a serious injury, though.
Unfamiliar territory, this for Adelaide. A 0-3 start for them. But the story is Melbourne. Bruce from 50. Edwards.
Stay there, Lyndon. Stay there.
It'll be a short quarter. There's been many goals. It's been going 25 and a half minutes. Adelaide probably think they've still got enough time.
Melbourne have Richmond here at the MCG next week. What a game that might be. That could be 2-2. Frawley and Burton. Seconds run down. He's been fantastic. The chip.
Tell you what, you'd want to be in Melbourne's corner for that game at this stage, wouldn't you?
Absolutely. They could be in the 8 this time next week.
Just need to slow it down there, Melbourne.
Well, they really should be 2-1.
Scully sends it down the wing. You'll hear an almighty roar.
They deserve it. Oh, look at the crowd.
Sounds like there's 60,000 here. So many parallels between Melbourne's fight and Jimmy Stein's fight. There might be a tear or two tonight. Melbourne, their first win of the year.